Once again, it's Lisa. I'm driving right now, and I'm headed to work as normal. Most likely I'm gonna be wearing black every time y'all see me. But today, I just want to talk about being encouraged. The past couple days been a little rough. I had a funeral I had went to on the 1st. It wasn't necessarily my family member, but it was, a loved one. I just say that. And so that's always hard to go to a funeral, and you just think a lot, and you be sad and all this good old stuff, and then a lot of other things can happen. You could just have a bad day because of traffic, a bad day because something you thought was going to fall through for you end up not, and or you find out somebody betrayed you, whatever the situation may have been. But I'm here to tell you today, sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Like that song say, that gospel song, sometimes you have to encourage yourself in the Lord. Like, you really got to go back and think of the promises God made to you. You got to think of how God has kept you all this time. You got to think about all the things that you've been through, that you have made it through. Because if you are alive, then guess what? You got another chance. And no matter how bad the day is, even though I know they can be hard depending on the circumstances, the situations, no matter how bad the day is, it's still something to be grateful for. And even in that day, you might not be grateful that day. I got a piece of lint on my hair or something. Anyway, you might not be grateful that day, but you are still grateful later. Like sometimes you have to be later. Sometimes you have to be grateful later. So it's like when you go through something, you're going to be angry at the time. You're going to be upset. You're going to be sad. You're going to have a whole lot of negative emotions. And then once you get through it, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to say, hey man, hindsight 2020. And at this point, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, man, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to have made it through that. I'm grateful that I can tell somebody about this experience and maybe help them. So sometimes we be looking at things that happen, bad things that happen to us, as it's something that, we getting punished for. Who knows? Most of the time we might think that we might get punished, or we didn't do nothing to deserve this, or whatever the situation may be. And it could be true. It could be you didn't do nothing to deserve this. You might be getting punished. I mean, two things can be true. But most of the time, we got to think that, it don't feel good, but it's for my good. Ain't that what God said? It was good for me to be afflicted. That's what he said. So it's something with any situation that God gonna get the glory. And certain situations you can't speak on because you ain't never been in that situation, and you can't really encourage nobody in that situation. But later on, you keep on pressing. You don't give up. You keep pressing, and you later on see, I hate that this situation happened, but I can help somebody else that went through this situation. And you got to know that it don't just rain on the unjust, it rain on the just as well. And there's just something, it's just life. You just keep on living. It's just life. But that's my message for today. Encourage yourself. Because sometimes you won't get nobody to encourage you. You might be around haters all your life until you break free from them people, or just your inner circle might be haters, or however the situation may be. You don't have nobody to really talk to, and then sometimes you just say, you know what, instead of me just downtrodden and looking sad and just awful all the time, today, just today, it's going to be a good day. And even if something bad happens, you're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to take just today, one day at a time. And today, even though something bad happened, it was just a bad moment. It wasn't just a bad day. It was just a bad moment. So, you know what? Today is still a beautiful day. Today, I still have another chance. So, hey, stay encouraged. Encourage yourself. Encourage somebody else. A lot of people don't get nobody else to encourage them. And, you know, they don't have nobody tell them they doing a good job. They don't have nobody telling them, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you didn't give up. I'm glad you didn't take yourself out. So, you know, just keep that in mind. Encourage yourself and stay encouraged. Encourage somebody else. Today a new day, and today you get another chance. So anyway, y'all be blessed.